Hello and welcome. You're watching News at 9. I'm Ketan Kelkar. First, let's take a look at the headlines. In a complete U-turn, Mamata Banerjee now says she will support Pranab Mukherjee for president. Uproar over the killing of an Indian fisherman by the US Navy ship. Fishermen claim they were attacked without warning. Pakistan President Asif Ali Zardari welcomes the resumption of cricketing ties between India and Pakistan. HSBC apologizes before the United States Senate for money laundering. Top executive resigns following the apology. Top Google executive Marissa Mayer takes over as the new Yahoo CEO. He is the undisputed champion of grass. Roger Federer wins the Wimbledon men's singles final for the 5th time. And our top story of the hour, it is a fresh twist to what has become one of the most controversial presidential elections to date. Mamata Banerjee, in what can only be termed as a U-turn, has announced support for Pranab Mukherjee. The West Bengal Chief Minister, though, added that it was a decision she was not too happy with and was made due to the lack of choices. It is fast turning into a diplomatic spat a day after an Indian fisherman was killed on the high seas by a US Navy ship. Those on board the smaller boat claimed they got no warning from the American ship before the Marines opened fire. This claim, of course, differs from the US Navy, which claimed the Indian vessel ignored warnings and sped rapidly towards the US naval ship. And in breaking news just coming in, sources say India has stepped up pressure, now asked the UAE to register a case against the US Navy personnel. Our MEA correspondent Diksha Pandit joined us live. Diksha, India is not paying heed to the US apology and is demanding action against those who attack these men. Has the MEA formally approached the UAE? Right. Thank you, Diksha. Iran is still grappling with the sanctions imposed on it by the United Nations Security Council. While Tehran has rejected the sanctions, the country is beginning to feel the pinch of economic blockages that are only going to worsen the crisis. Hina Rabbani reports from Tehran. Time for a short break now, but when we return, Google loses its top executive to Yahoo, and Asif Ali Zardari welcomes the renewal of Indo-Pak cricketing ties. Welcome back, you're watching News at 9. It is a 335-page report that slams global banking giant HSBC of money laundering. The bank's compliance chief stepped down today after facing the US Senate. HSBC now faces massive fine from the US Justice Department for lapses that resulted in laundering money to drug cartels and terrorists. Our reporter, Minakshi Thapiyal, brings us this report. After a gap of nearly 5 years, India and Pakistan are all set to reignite the cricketing arena by resuming cricketing ties. And it is a decision that has been welcomed by both sides of the border. From legends like Imran Khan and Sunil Gavaskar to Pakistani President Asif Ali Zardari, this is one rivalry that everyone is happy to be seeing played out. Mihir Joshi gets us this report. Barcelona and Spain forward David Villa is set to miss out on Euro 2012 after failing to recover from a broken leg. Villa, Spain's all-time leading goal scorer with 51 goals, has not played since breaking his left leg while competing in the Club World Cup with Barcelona in December. Our correspondent Sunil Nair caught up with Villa and how he's dealing with this disappointment. With just 4 days to go before its release, Christopher Nolan's final film in the Batman trilogy is generating more audience excitement than the 3 highest-grossing movies of the last 12 months. From Mumbai to Los Angeles, here is a report on what is arguably the most anticipated movie of the year. Back home, the movie that is creating all the buzz is Salman and Katrina's Ek Tha Tiger. Almost a month before the release, the industry is already buzzing with rumors of the movie crossing the 200 crore mark. Not surprising considering that it has everything going for it. Be it the Salman Cat pairing, Yash Raj backing, or a holiday release. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but we leave you with pictures of the first snowfall of the valley. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. I am standing right outside the Taj Mahal Hotel. For the past 20 hours, we've been hearing gunfire from inside the hotel. We believe there are at least 2 terrorists trapped inside. Authorities are telling us that they have enough ammunition to last the whole night. It seems this horrific night is nowhere close to ending anytime soon. With camera person Pankaj, this is Ketan Kelkar for News Tonight.